Okay, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to unpack the strategy behind one of the most influential platforms in the civic tech world, NationBuilder. It's used by pretty much everyone, from presidential candidates all the way down to local nonprofits. But its real secret weapon? It might just be hidden in a place you wouldn't expect. Its partner program. To really wrap your head around NationBuilder's scale, you've got to look at the numbers. They've been used to send over 2.3 billion emails. Just think about that for a second. That is a massive, massive communication engine. And we're not just talking about sending messages. All of that outreach has helped organizations raise over $300 million in donations. So we're talking about mobilizing real-world resources on a huge scale. And this whole thing is powered by a base of over 100,000 customers in more than 110 countries. The influence is, without a doubt, global. So, what exactly is this platform that they're all using? Well, at its core, it's an integrated system. You can think of it like a central nervous system for a campaign or an organization. It mashes together a content management system, that's the CMS for the website, with a customer relationship manager, the CRM, to keep track of all your supporters. The whole point is to put everything and everyone all in one place. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. When you try to do everything for everyone in a single piece of software, you almost always end up creating something that's incredibly powerful, but also, incredibly complex. And that complexity, that's really the central tension of the whole NationBuilder story. So what do you do when your own product is a little complicated? Well, NationBuilder's answer was pretty brilliant, actually. They built a secret weapon, a super structured ecosystem of certified partners. And look, this is so much more than some casual affiliate link program. No, this is a core piece of their business strategy. NationBuilder intentionally created this framework to train a literal army of specialists, people who can help customers navigate all the powerful but, often challenging features of the platform. So let's pull back the curtain and take a look inside these partner tiers. How does this ecosystem actually work on the ground? Okay, so you've basically got three main technical roles. First, you have architects, and they're the ones who design the websites. Then you've got developers who build custom apps using the platform's API. That's the code that lets different pieces of software talk to each other. And then you have the experts. These are the consultants who handle pretty much everything else, from cleaning up data to mapping out strategy. Now, on the surface, that all sounds pretty standard, right? But here is where it gets really interesting. Let's say you're a software developer, and you want to build a cool new app that works with a NationBuilder. How do you actually get access to their API? And the answer tells you everything about their core strategy. You can't just sign up and start coding. Nope. First, you have to become a certified architect. That means you have to prove you've mastered their website builder before they'll even let you touch the API. It's a very deliberate gating mechanism, all about ensuring quality and control. In that control, that leads us right to the heart of the business model. It's this fascinating symbiotic relationship between the platform and its partners. Hey, don't just take my word for it. Listen to this. Here's a quote from a designer over on Reddit talking about how frustrating it was trying to build a custom site on NationBuilder. They said the code was fragmented, hard to manage, highlighting that exact friction point we were talking about. And guess who is perfectly positioned to solve these exact problems? You got it, the certified NationBuilder expert. They are trained specifically to deal with these complex tasks, turning that user friction right into a business opportunity for themselves. So here's the absolute key takeaway. The platform's steep learning curve, it isn't just a product challenge, it's a strategic feature. That complexity directly creates a constant, reliable demand for the paid services of its certified partners. They're two sides of the very same coin. Okay, so now that we get their unique model, how does it fit into the wider competitive landscape? Let's see how this whole gated approach really stacks up against the other players. This chart really lays out the key differences. I want you to zero in on that API access row. See where NationBuilder is gated? Competitors like Action Network are just wide open. And that really defines their core philosophies. NationBuilder is all about a single, secure, integrated platform, while others focus on being modular or open source, or in Salesforce's case, just operating at a scale nobody else can touch. So if you boil this whole complex market down, it really comes down to a fundamental choice between two philosophies: a controlled, curated, gated ecosystem like NationBuilder's versus the more open, flexible, and maybe even a little chaotic ecosystems of its competitors. And that strategic choice brings us to our final section, the balance of power. What are the long-term challenges and the trade-offs that come with this very controlled approach? Look, no strategy is bulletproof, and the sources out there point to a few key challenges. The learning curve is consistently described with words like daunting. Customer support reviews are, well, they're mixed. And that mandatory path to becoming a developer? While it ensures quality, it also risks pushing away talented programmers who just want to get in there and build something cool with the API. So, at the end of the day, it all comes down to this really delicate balancing act. To keep thriving, NationBuilder has to maintain the control that gives them a high-quality, secure platform, while also making its ecosystem accessible enough to keep attracting new users and new developers. And that leaves us with one final big question to chew on. In a tech world that seems to be moving more and more towards open access and things working together, can a carefully controlled, walled garden ecosystem like NationBuilder's really continue to thrive in the long run? That's the strategic question that's going to define their future.